Alright, I had a lot of requests after the x-ray workshop at the Snowbirds. We did a tire gluing demonstration, and a lot of requests come through online requesting us to make a video so that we could actually post it somewhere and so people could refer back to it who wasn't available to see it at the Snowbirds. So that's what I'm going to do today. Got a few things you'll need will be a tire sander with that you can speed up and slow down like the G-Force or the CRC. The best glue to use is the Proline bottle, and I'll show you why here when I start to glue the tire. You'll need an aerosol can of Kicker, and it has to be the aerosol. A regular pump kind will not work. And you'll also need a cup. This is actually something I found at Walmart, which is a collapsible camping cup, so that you can actually collapse it flat so that you can carry it with you on planes and stuff like that. You don't have to get this fancy. You can get a styrofoam cup will work. Anything like that will work. The Kicker won't affect it. So first thing to do, I'm gonna zoom the camera down a little. First thing to do is of course it's a brand new tire, and the first thing you always want to do is sand the bead on the tire to get rid of it. You check the tire for wobble, defects, stuff like that. But for this, you'll want to obviously speed it up, and I just use a fine Dremel sanding drum just to hit the bead a little bit on the tire. Another thing you will need is some brake cleaner. I use brake cleaner on a rag just to clean the surface of the tire and get the mold release off, and make sure you do the edge that you're going to be gluing as well. When you get done, the tire will have a nice shiny finish, your bead will be gone and everything. I usually take the brake cleaner, roll it around on the edge of the tire, get it good and clean. Alright, from there you'll want to slow the sander all the way down, and it helps if I use an extra tire just to prop it up like this, just to have it at the right angle. And you'll turn it on, and you'll just want it to be real, like super slow, just barely turning. Alright, it may be too fast. Alright, and the thing that's good about the Proline glue is the tip of it. The tip of it is kind of a wide, blunt tip, and you can actually hold it against the surface of the tire flat, and it'll actually create a bead that will make your glue almost exactly 59 millimeters tall. A lot of people, you'll notice on setup sheets now, are measuring their glue for a particular track, and you'll see it anywhere from usually 58.5 to 59 is where we start, and I've seen some up to 60.5 millimeters, and that's measuring the outside diameter of the glue on the sidewall. But generally with the Proline glue, it holds up well, and the tip is so flat that you can just put it right up against the wheel, and it'll make it almost perfect. And you basically just want to put it flat, and you don't really want to squeeze a lot. You just kind of barely want a little bit to come out. You can actually hear it rubbing up against the wheel. And after you get a pretty thin coat on it, just turn it off, take the wheel off. You want to set it flat on the table, and this is where the Kicker and the cup comes. You see you want to spray the Kicker in the cup and then set it over the tire. You see a lot of people with just nasty looking tires that are all cloudy and the glue's super thick and clumped up. That's where they spray the Kicker directly on it, which actually weakens the glue also. It makes it dry quick, but it weakens it. By doing it this way with the cup, the aerosol doesn't actually get directly on it, so it keeps the glue nice and shiny. So if you're like Robbie Dodge, you want everything looking all perfect, you can, this helps to do that. It only takes a second, and usually we start with like 3 pretty thin coats of glue on the tire, so it only takes a second for it to dry in the cup. Obviously, I do it pretty fast, but it's just because I've done lots and lots of tires. Um, the big thing is just take your time. It's a lot easier to put more glue on it than it is to take glue off. You can take it off by sanding it, but it's not as easy as putting it on there is. So just basically, we all start with about 58.5 to 59 millimeters, and then usually three, fairly thin layers, and then go from there. If you go out and your car is still really tippy and traction rolling, or as grip comes up, you need more, then you can always add a little bit more. And a lot of times you don't necessarily have to go higher. You can just add another layer to it, because it's about stiffening the sidewall as much as it is taking some of the tread away, the grip away from it. And that should be enough. We'll show you the finished product after it sets for a second and dries. Alright, that's dry. As you can see, it's got a nice, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but you can see how shiny it is and how sharp the edge of it is. It's got a nice crisp edge all the way around. It's consistent. Doesn't look like a glob of glue on it. And as long as you do this method every time with the cup and the kicker, it'll look like that all the time. So you never have to, you'll keep tires that look that way, that'll be consistent. And by doing it this way, a lot of the complaint is you can never get two sets of tires that feel the same on the track because of the glue. But if you do this way every time and you stick with the routine and get the routine down, then every set of tires you put on the track should be really, really close to each other. This is the best method I've found, and it's what a lot of other people use now as well. So if you have any more questions, feel free to send me an email. Thanks.